Hey guys, it's Bo, and I was talking to Zalon, and we decided just to do a video instead of just us having a conversation. So today we've got a limited time, uh, 10 times higher chance to get Soulzar, 4 star. Zalon, you've got Soulzar. Tell us about how awesome he is.
Well, well, he is really awesome for Grenadiers, and up until the most recent update, Grenadiers were extremely boss. So Solzar was he buffs Grenadiers completely, either in defense, Grenadiers protected against one element or another, or a buff to for attack for Grenadiers. So or armor, either one.
Yeah.
And so pretty much all of his skills do that. There is nothing else that he does. So personally himself, he does fire damage. So I do have him buffed with some fire relics from the Lords of Flame event. So it just depends if you were able to get a lot of good fire relics for him, and also to able to give him also some defensive relics too, because he doesn't exactly have a lot of resistance because there's no skills that really help him with any kind of
Well,
resistance.
he's a ranger, so you're supposed to put
Correct.
them in the back and protect them.
Correct.
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah. I always kept a good meat shield in front of him as well. Also, too, with using a ranger like him, having maybe a one or two Goliaths in the battle, to tank for him isn't a bad idea.
okay. And also, we got double damage from Unak Titans, so your Soulzar is going to do double damage because he's Unak, right?
Correct. Correct. Yep.
Awesome. That's pretty sweet. All right. So there's that. But the biggest thing we wanted to talk about, we were talking about with the new update, all of the changes that happened to the AI of the troops and the battle changes that we've noticed. APOC has a great video on relics, and DBR has done some great update videos. Go check those guys out. I'm going to have them over in my featured channels. But what we're going to concentrate on today are some of the changes that we've noticed that haven't been talked about as much, and most of those have to do with the AI changes and the battle changes. What happens then? Even the Dawn of Titan teams are not really talking about these. We just things we've
Well,
noticed.
Bo, I was going to say most of these reports are coming from the battlefield itself. Most of these, I've been taking down some of these reports, and you've seen
Right.
some stuff yourself through the band chat and through through our in-game chat. Everybody's talking about all these different new strategies, and yeah, there's lots to talk about.
Yeah, so what I'm showing here is a screen capture of a battle that I did earlier where there's a group of grenadiers hanging out in the trees over on the left. And what the reason I'm showing this is because now the ranged troops, the grenadiers and the archers, they'll hide in the trees now. I think Zalon actually saw a group of archers run into the trees and just hang out until somebody got close enough.
Exactly. They're
So
very sneaky. They're very
yeah,
sneaky.
and so what happens is there's a new icon now, which is an eye with a circle and a slash through it. And I don't know what officially that's called, but we're calling it the line of sight icon. And when that icon shows up, what that means is that my troops can't see that troop because they're hidden by an obstacle or trees or something of that nature. So I would have to get my troops close enough to see them in order to attack them. Is that right, Zalon?
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, so I mean, if you just have ranged troops that are too far away, and you have some melee troops that are just standing there, they'll just attack those melee troops. And the melee troops, if you don't tell them to go do something, they're just going to get slaughtered. And the ranged troops, unfortunately, if they're farther back behind the melee troops, they won't be able to do anything about it either. Even if they could hit them, they can't see them. So that's what matters.
Yeah. So and then the other thing is when you start the battle, like you can see in the picture here before I started the battle, I had the little red icon that showed, hey, there's a group of troops over here. But then when the battle started, it popped up the non-line of sight icon, and then those troops disappeared, and
Yep.
they just stayed there. They didn't move. So you really have to make sure you scan around the battlefield and find out where all of these troops are and not lose track of them. Because if they're hiding in the trees, it's not going to give you that little red icon off to the side to remind you, hey, there's a group of archers over here. So,
Exactly. You have to pay attention.
yeah,
Move your troops around.
right.
Make sure in the beginning of the battle you just don't leave all your ranged people in the back completely undefended, because now there's good chances of being flanked a lot more now.
Yeah, and militia flanking is actually taking on a new life of its own
Oh my gosh,
with
it
this
is the
new update.
best.
I've started bringing at least one set of militia, and I never used a militia before. I always upgraded them, so they're at the current level. I just never used them.
Yep.
So this update, I tell you what, it's like I said earlier, it's not quite, but it's almost a relaunch. You know,
Yeah. Most definitely.
it definitely has changed the way that you go into battle and what your mindset is when you're what troops when you're building your army. You can't just go all ranged with a Titan and tank anymore like you used to.
No, that strategy is completely out the window.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying a bunch of different things, including bringing certain spells with them too now, because of course even just the attacking spells that you're using is a little bit of a different game now.
Yep. So and that brings us to our next point here, which is spells on defense and how to tell whether there's spells on defense quickly. When you're scanning around using the give me a random target button, they've added a new page to the preview page, and typically there's the little bubbles in the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna bring this up here, but this is the point where the audio typically cracks. So
Okay.
so you can see here, there's three bubbles. The first screen is Titan versus Titan, and then the next screen is troops, and then the third screen is relics and skills. If this person had spells, there will be a fourth screen, which means four bubbles down at the bottom.
Exactly.
And so that's just a quick, if you're scanning around and you're looking for no spells, that's a quick way. If you see four bubbles, then there's a really good chance they have spells on defense, unless it is a really high level player that has a defense, because at some point in the game it gets to where they can actually have five bubbles there or four bubbles with 2 pages of troops. But
Exactly. Yep.
I'm not at the point where I'm attacking those guys, so just skip.
Exactly. Gonna stay away from them.
Yeah, no kidding. So that, and then that brings us to the changes that this update has brought about in our landless, and people going landless. We don't. It's not really. Well, I mean, it's still a valid strategy, but I don't think it's as necessary as it was before.
No, I don't think so either. I don't believe that.
Because now
Yep.
you can actually defend your land, so you can have lands and be able to defend them if you have a decent Titan and throw, some spells on there. I used to do the lowland strategy,
Yep.
where I had a bunch of level 4 and level 5 lands. And I've started replacing those with 7s and 8s and putting a Titan and spells on there, and I'm still not getting attacked. So I'm thinking that this spells on defense is actually good from an economic standpoint as well, because now I can collect gold and I can collect food and I can collect VP without having to worry too much about getting raided all the time and bleeding VP
Exactly.
for the alliance.
That was the main reason I think a lot of people went landless a long time ago. And now with the fact that defense is such a big play in the game and people are attacking less targets that are just average, the only reason people are attacking targets now is if they have serious resources available. It's the only reason I get attacked is if I have 7, 8, 900K sitting, I will get attacked. spells or no spells, people will attack me. But if you don't have a bunch of resources sitting out, you only have 2, 3, 400K and decent storage, you're not going to get attacked if you have lands. I
Right.
mean, just that it's the way the game is starting to form. Again, this is the way the game was supposed to be played to begin with. Having 50 members in an alliance with 50 garrisons and no lands is not how Dawn of Titans was meant to be played.
No, I
That
don't.
was not the way the creators created the game.
I don't think it
So,
was. And it looks like they finally got all of the little bugs and glitches with the food reserves and the gold reserves straightened out.
oh yeah,
I've noticed that at my so my castle level 9, my gold reserve level 6 is protecting 34,000 gold, and I have two of them.
yep.
So that's 68,000, and the same thing for the food. And they used to be different levels. Did you ever notice that it was different numbers for the gold
Oh
versus
yeah,
the food?
yes.
And now they're the same. And I always wondered, why is it? Why is the? I think the gold was more. It protected more gold than it did food. Is that?
It might have been. I did not actually notice that back in the day, so before update, so I don't know.
Yeah. So now they protect the same, and if you get to the next level where you can have three of each, and you get them all leveled up to. I mean, tell us what yours are. What are yours, and what level are you?
Well, I mean, I'm castle level 13, and I'm player level 18. So,
Okay.
and I mean, all my lands are level, I think 13 or 14.
Okay.
And I mean, I could definitely. Now I know those are kind of on the low end of what I can usually pull from my islands in the middle. Because usually I pull anywhere between I think 12 and I think I can pull up to like 17. I've seen 17 lands come up there, but whenever I've ever captured any 16 or 17 level lands, they always get stolen off me. So I
Right.
find it feel it kind of pointless to keep those. So I kind of keep my lands right in the middle of what I can pull at the moment, which is pretty much around the 13, 14 range. So
Okay. So the gold storages and the food, or the gold reserves and the food reserves that are on your
oh
garrison.
sorry. I didn't actually. Sorry,
No,
I
that's
didn't.
fine. What I was going to say was that don't they also protect some of the resources that are in the land on the lands? Is that how? I mean, is that,
Yeah. When you get attacked on your lands or you get attacked on your garrison, when your gold protection is covering that gold amount, whether it's on your lands or it's on your garrison. I
and
have yet to see. I've yet to see it make a difference between the two.
and we
But
are
I mean,
still running under the mechanism where if you haven't collected those resources, then they can't be stolen.
correct.
So
Yeah.
resources that you haven't collected from your lands or that you haven't collected from your farms or your mines.
Yes, that's all uncollected, and it's
Right.
not. No one can take that. But anything that you have, it's strictly land attacks or garrison attacks. They're going to pull from the main amount down to where your protection is. I mean,
Right.
my protection right now for my gold is 300,000, and my food is 300,000. I
Okay.
mean, they're all sitting at level 10 out of 22. So
That's pretty nice. So
yeah,
I'm sitting here and I'm just looking at the protection level. I can protect 68,000
yeah,
of each resource, which is right at about 25% of what I can hold maximum.
yeah,
So that's much better than what it used to be. It used to be like 10% or something. It was
yeah.
not great. At least now you've got enough to where you can, you can and come in and build an army or you know, but build a bunch of spells or whatever,
Yeah.
without having to totally start from scratch.
Well, one other thing I want to mention too, if you start collecting lands again, is there is still the nice strategy of going either all farm or all gold. I mean, you could go some VP, but VP lands tend to bleed more VP than they do to help you.
They do.
To be honest,
They tend to VP lands tend to attract attacks like
yeah. I mean, I
moth to a
hunt VP
flame.
lands specifically when I'm trying to just push a little VP. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, I was going to say though, but if you go all gold or all farm, whatever one you don't go, that's actually the resource that you'll hoard. because that's the only thing that the opponent will be able to get when they attack your garrison. So, for instance, I'm all farm right now because I'm trying to upgrade a lot of my troops.
Right.
So, with all farms, I don't lose any of my gold unless I get attacked on my garrison, and I barely get attacked on my garrison now that I have 4 poison spells.
Yeah.
So,
So that's
you know,
poison on defense. You think is the best right now?
Uh, yes, honestly, I think poison on defense is by far the best spell to have on defense, and you get attacked the least on your garrison. Although, again, remember, it depends on how many battle slots you have. If you, the higher your arcane tower is, the more battle slots you'll be given for spells. So I have 4 battle slots for spells available right now. So 4 poison clouds on my garrison looks pretty scary. I don't
Yeah.
think a lot of people want to go up against 4 poison clouds.
Well, no, I definitely don't.
Yeah.
I did notice that the devs put out an update to their updated release notes,
Yeah, exactly.
and where they're saying that they're actually giving you a little bit more time to react to where the spells are going to drop on defense. But I mean, if a spell's going to drop on a Goliath, I still don't think there's room to get him time to get him out of the way.
No, no.
Granted,
Militia have a shot, definitely.
and see that there is makes militia even more useful because at least you can move them out of the way, right?
Yeah.
But
Guaranteed militia will get out of the way. Your Titan probably not, like just like a Goliath. I've gotten almost most of the time it's like a third or a quarter of my grenadiers gets fireballed or something like that.
yeah,
Like I've gotten them out most of the time, but still they're pretty slow.
yeah,
No matter what, if a spell drops my grenadiers, they're pretty much shot. Unless it's like terror, then then they're
right.
dead.
So, which brings us to our next point, which is everybody needs to find what their new
Defense range number,
right.
yeah, that's a big
So
thing now.
right. So looking at my defense, I'm sitting at 10,600 is what my level 30 Valwyn with ice damage and 90% attack boost and 3 spells on defense plus all the troops. That number used to be 37,000.
Yeah,
So they haven't changed the strength of the troops or the strength of the defense. They've just changed the way that they calculate that number.
correct.
So
And I,
everybody needs to just figure out what their new number is because everybody had a range in their head when they were looking for attacks. So, all right, so this guy is 50,000 and I'm 30. I should be able to take that, right?
exactly,
So
exactly.
your new numbers, it's the same mechanism. It's just you got to figure out what the new number is, and it's going to be lower than what it was.
Oh,
It
way
seems
way
like
lower
yeah,
than
it
what you
seems
were
like
looking
it
for. I mean,
about
right now I'm looking at the my islands in the middle, like that I can capture my neutral islands. My neutral islands are about. They used to be like 8, 9, 10,000, if you remember,
yeah,
and now they're like 1,000.
right,
So I mean, like it's pretty noticeable exactly how everything has changed.
yeah, yeah,
Myself at this point, I'm rating pretty much anywhere around the 10 to 13,000 range, and then I know as soon as I hit 13,000, I'm starting to push myself into the make sure I have really good reinforcements, make sure my spells are on point.
yep,
As soon as because if I don't, I know I'm taking on something that's well over where I'm at.
yep. So that's just something everybody's gonna have to get used to. I know I used to know what my number was, and I could just skip automatically if it was above that certain level. And now I really have to look at the troops and I have to look and see, okay, can I do this or not? Because I
Yeah.
don't really know what my number is yet. Even though yesterday was an insanely crazy day for me because I worked 16 hours yesterday.
Oh wow.
I logged on once yesterday evening. I did an arena. I did a Titan monument. I captured a land for my daily, and then I went to bed.
Yeah. Well,
So,
hey, you got to make sure you do those arenas and monuments. I mean, that is
right.
the big new thing now to get those
Right,
pre-level titans.
and so
Yeah.
I'm looking at a picture here of that Zan posted on Band, and he
Oh
got
yeah.
from one of his arenas or monuments 3 level 12 Titans from,
Amazing.
and you guys saw Apoc's video last night where he asked the question about is the change to the arenas and monuments a good thing? Me personally, I feel like it is a good thing. Not so much in that you're going to get more XP. I think the XP is going to just balance itself out over time. I think you're probably going to end up getting as much XP through fusing pre-level titans as you would have attacking multiple arenas per day.
And getting only one level one stars
Right,
exactly.
getting level 1 1 stars. So, well, what's really going to be fun is when the Spoils of War event hits,
Oh yeah.
and then
Oh yeah.
so then at least you know that you're guaranteed you're going to get 6 Titans that day. One,
Free
three
level.
from the
Yep.
yeah, 3 from each, and there's a good chance they're going to be pre-leveled. And for a total cost of 12 portal stones, that is a good deal right there.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing that we're seeing is that the 3 star relics are dropping during with your free daily relic token. I'm seeing that increase. I got one yesterday, and you got one today. I'm showing yours right now, the 3 star flame volley.
Oh yeah.
And
One of the new relics. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, which the flame volley is a pretty cool relic. Meteor strike. We have proof that meteor strikes are dropping during battle. Ethan got a meteor strike spell in one of his battles and posted that picture on Band. The Holy Blade relic is back, and Momar shows his picture here, and it is he's got a fully maxed out level 10 Holy Blade, which gives 18% Titan critical, 18% Titan armor piercing, and 18% or 38% Titan charge damage. So
That's nice. That's nice
yeah,
for a berserker titan,
yeah,
really.
or an infiltrator. You put that thing
Or an
on
infiltrator. Yeah.
you put that thing on an infiltrator, and 38% charge. It's because so charge is already 3 times, right?
Yep.
I wonder if that 38% is 38% of the 3 times or 38% of the base.
It might be from the base.
Yeah, probably so. It might be a little bit OP if it was 38% times 3, you know,
Yeah.
because then that would be almost
Yeah.
double. Well, actually, it would be more than double. It would be double, complete, you know, insane. Dragon Helm is back, and there's a bunch of different Dragon Helms. The third skill on the Dragon Helm is what's different amongst the different helmets. And they are elemental resist. So there's one for fire, one for earth, one for physical, one for ice, one for poison.
Yep.
So there's 5 different varieties of the Dragon Helm. But the first 2 are the same on everything, which is Titan Health and Titan Armor, which is great. I'm really liking the Dragon Helm. And let's see. I think that's about it for the pictures. Let's go back to the game. There was in their update notes. There was a note in there saying, and Apoc said this in his video, that they had removed the Eternal Shrine from the game because there was a bug with the shrine. Now I still have my Eternal Shrine. It's still sitting here, and it makes obviously my garrison
Does it
is
still look
obviously
gorgeous
better.
and beautiful?
Yeah, everything's better because I have the shrine. My spells shine more. My
Oh,
temple
okay.
has this. Everybody's temple, makes that little glow, but mine's just a little bit more because I have the shrine, and I can see people.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, tell us what that's about there.
Oh well, I did see. This was a video that I saw the other day that a gentleman had lost his shrine. He built it and couldn't find it anymore. So I think that was the actual bug that people had started to build it, and it started not showing up in people's games. So because of that, they shut it off. The ability to build it is now shut off in the game, and they will re-implement it again when it is able to be built and not disappear. I think that was
Ah,
what the bug was.
okay, all right. So, other than making someone very, very irritated that they just spent 3,000 buildings on gems on a building that they can't find anymore,
Yeah.
it's, I mean, that's way down on the priority list of things to get fixed, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so much other stuff going on right now with the game that
Yeah.
obviously, that would be my last concern. Although it would be nice if it had some sort of bonus, though. It really would. I mean,
Now, you know
three
what? I would be
thousand.
happy if it changed the graphic of my garrison when it shows on the battle map, in the world map.
Oh, that would be cool.
If
That would be cool.
if
Where
it just
it
had
changed. Yeah,
if it just had some sort of indication that this person has built a shrine, because right now I'm the only person that can see the stupid thing,
exactly,
except for everybody that's watching on YouTube, because I'm dang sure going to show it every video because I spent 3,000 gems on it. So,
exactly.
but
Got to milk it for all it's worth.
I
Just
know,
like that.
right? So, a couple of other things here. The When you go to your Titan screen and you go to the fusion, you used to have that blue glow around,
Okay.
around your when you go to fuse. And I'm doing some fusion here, or I'm actually trying to pull up a Titan and demonstrate this. So I have Nalus. Nalus is a 2-star, and I only have one skill unlocked. So I'm going to go to fusion, and I'm going to fuse Astrid. All
Oh,
right. So it no
oh man,
longer. All
I
right.
just saw. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Real
Go.
quick. Well, it looks like there was a Dawn of Titans live stream today. Just so
We.
you know.
Ah, man, we missed it.
Yeah, I just popped online real quick, and it just looks like they did have a live stream, but I just didn't see it. I
I
don't
did.
know.
I don't know how to get the notifications for that because I'm not getting notifications. Donna
Yeah.
Titans team, if you're watching this, we need better notifications because we would like to watch your live stream.
Yes.
Ben and Matt and Fandroid, we're all on YouTube, we're all on Facebook, and we're not getting these notifications. So, all right.
Yeah.
So what I've got here is I've got Astrid ready to be fused into Nalus. Previously, when it was gonna unlock or upgrade a skill, it had put a little blue glow around the box, which was difficult to see sometimes because some of the skills boxes are blue. The icon's blue.
Yeah.
And now what it does is it shimmers over the entire in the entire box, whether it's unlocked or not. Now I'm not going to fuse her. I'm just demonstrating that it shows, the actual shimmer. So that's a little change, and that everyone may or may not be aware of. Upgrade your spell buildings because the more battle slots you have in your spells, the more you can put on defense. Right?
That is right.
Yeah. And Meteor Strike being, I don't know, maybe Poison Cloud and Meteor Strike for defense. You think that's a good way to go? Or?
I think Poison Cloud, Meteor Strike. Meteor Strike, I'm hoping. I haven't seen what the AI does with Meteor Strike yet, because I have seen what AI does with some of the other spells, like, not putting the defensive shield on, like, your Titan, like I would do if I was the one in charge.
Yeah.
So the AI doesn't put all the spells on, like, certain troops that I would do, but when it comes down to certain spells, like poison works really well, and also the fireball. I think fireball is also very effective because it just will wipe out at least one to possibly two troops,
Yeah.
and AI doesn't need to be incredibly intelligent to be able to do that.
Right.
So
Well, all right. So I'm looking at the leaderboard and where Non-Toxic 3 is sitting, and we are firmly in second place. We're almost a million VP ahead of the third place guys. So great job, guys. Let me pull up the members here and let's see how they're doing. And Kid Wizard, Ant, Shooter McGavin, Yogesh, Romanitus, Dromadiddle, Ships, Kurd, Sayers, and Warpig, Tarell, Yoshi. Holy cow. Everybody is just killing it. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
very good group of players.
and look, even this guy here, Zalon, has over 100,000 already.
Oh yeah, I hear he's a good guy. I hear he does a good job.
uh, I'm.
How about that How about that guy named Bo? Does he have a lot of VP?
I understand Bo had to work 16 hours yesterday and didn't
Oh
play much.
yeah.
So, man, we got the straggler with zero, 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 zero.
Oh yeah, the APOC guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what we're gonna do with him. So, all right. So everybody is killing it. I mean, just killing it. If you go back to the leaderboard screen here, we're at 10.1 million firmly. 1,110 gems as a reward is really
Yeah.
nice.
That's
Um,
half of an event relic right there. I
yes,
mean,
exactly, exactly. And then because they're 2,000, right?
exactly.
And if you look at, we have done 4,900 battles, and it's nice. I don't know. We've 99 lands captured. It seems like our group doesn't do a lot of land capturing.
Yeah, we're real nice. Apparently, I guess that's
Yeah,
just we just like to attack and take all your resources. We just leave your land so we can come back later.
yeah. And see, and that's my thing is if I see a nice, juicy, undefended land, I don't want to capture it. I want to come back in an hour and attack it again, right?
Exactly, exactly.
So, but some of these guys, like the New Order, which is Godan's, Godan is in the New Order, right? Is that right? Or did he drop down to the?
Well, no,
No,
Godan is in the Brother
he.
Alliance.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's down in Elite League.
right,
So yeah, no, it's a smaller group now of
yeah.
the New Order.
So those guys have they've got 153 lands captured. Some of these squads have 200 and something. I don't. It's not a strategy that I employ. I understand some people capture land. I usually just capture something when I have a daily, and then I'm not trying to take somebody's huge land. I'm going and I'm looking for some undefended land because I'm going to burn it just as soon as I capture it. So I don't want to. I
Exactly.
don't want to make any players mad by taking one of the lands that they actually want. I go down to one of the 40 rank alliances to that has 2 or 3 members and they got a real low level something that it doesn't matter. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think we covered everything we wanted to talk about. Anything else, bud?
Just that's pretty much everything. I mean, just make sure now. The good thing about this update is it's making everybody focus now on spell buildings, actually making sure your spells are upgraded and everything else. Because before, focus was all on troops and garrisons and barracks and making sure all your troops were always upgraded. Now spells mean something.
Yeah.
So it does make everything a little bit more important on the whole spell end.
Yeah. So, well, all right, guys. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for today. And if we get the chance, we'll come back tomorrow. But for Zalon and Non Toxic 3, this is Bo signing off.